Is every story basically some version of the hero's journey? Well, in my opinion, the short answer is no. But the reason why people tend to think that is all stories certainly are, at least structure-wise, going to be some version of the circle that you see in the hero's journey. Even the story arc that you hear is what? It's half of a circle, right? But the problem that creates for writers and storytellers like this commenter is when they've been told that time and time again, do the hero's journey, make your brand story the hero's journey. The problem that creates is they try to wedge their story into a structure that it might not fit into. Joseph Campbell's monomyth, The Hero's Journey, was very male-centric when it was created. It was inspired by the hunter, explorer, warrior archetypes. And the problem is, that's not how all stories are. So let me introduce you to another monomyth structure called the heroine's labyrinth. I'll give you some examples. Okay, so the hero's journey is almost always a linear path that the hero goes on, and it happens in some outside world, some outside culture than their native culture. And so the hero leaves their native culture and they go out to defeat this very clear enemy, this very clear bad guy. Think Luke leaving the farm to go fight Darth Vader and the Empire, right? And so they become transformed and they defeat the villain and they come back to their native culture with a boon for society. But the heroine's labyrinth is a journey to the heart of her native culture. She doesn't leave, she goes deeper into the complex system that makes up the environment in which she already lives. And the villain in this case is not this like clear-cut bad guy, but usually a deceitful character, and they usually have some influence in society. And the heroine exposes their like tyrannical side, their bad side. And even when it feels like another world, it's really just a representation or a mirror of their world, right? So think Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz. That's why the shape is not a circle, but a galaxy spiral that spirals all the way into the center, and then it reverses itself, mirroring itself. Heroes usually overcome their enemy with force, but for heroines, it operates differently. It's usually from with connection and empathy and understanding. They topple the institution from within. So think Katniss in the Hunger Games. Think Elsa in Frozen. Elsa doesn't have a linear path. It's this winding path of self-discovery and understanding how to control and manage her power. Encanto, Moana, Inside Out, The Devil Wears Prada. All of these are examples of heroines' labyrinth stories. And some male examples, you have Good Will Hunting, you have Big Fish, Shawshank Redemption, Groundhog Day, any story where they're not facing this specific antagonist, but rather a system. So listen, it's just another story structure. Many of them, most of them share a lot of commonalities, to be fair. The point is this, I don't want you to wedge your story into a pre-existing structure. Write your story from your heart, the one that your heart wants to hear, and then use structure to determine the best way to tell that story. Let me know if you want to know more about the Heroine's Labyrinth. I have a lot to say about it, and I hope this helps.